they still have to get on another set of tyres, and that's why Larko was able to get down there before and show you how shiny those tyres were, and some of them won't be roaded, take note, and they'll be messing around with the tyre pressures on those as well. But that is scary slippery looking out there at the moment.
It is scary slippery. That's a very good explanation. The next part that's wild is when you do the CPS that you've just made the point about, you probably have to do it early to get yourself out of the train because the visibility is the issue.
And imagine what life looks like when you're about 10 cars back. It's a brownout on the screen. You cannot see. And look in the background at just how terrible that is. And the cars still reach well north of 250 odd kilometres an hour in these conditions. Turn one, where do you brake? Who's around you? How aggressive do you lean on the car under brakes and through the right-hander at turn one?
Where you get rubber on the racing line down the inside. Anton gets it done. This is turn 13. Right round the outside is Van Gisbergen, who was disappearing off the road. That was Courtney, wasn't it?
They were almost 3 wide at one point there in the right-hander at 13. Di Pasquale under the attack at the moment. Waters clutching to the lead. He's back in it once more. Van Gisbergen gets up. Brock Feeney having a huge lunge down the inside. And Anton checked up. He's really having trouble getting these tyres to connect at the moment. Waters is under assault. He dives to the right. The crisscross is on from Van Gisbergen. He covers. Look at Feeney down the inside, battling for third. You need to look in every direction at the moment. Now, is there a change for the lead? Does Van Gisbergen get up the inside? Yes, but does he carry too much speed into that final corner?
Yes.
The crisscross coming out the other side now for Waters. Here we go, it's a drag race down the front straight. Waters comes back one more time.
This is remarkable skill, folks. These are the best drivers of these sorts of cars in the world, have not driven in the wet all weekend, have not even thought about how wild these conditions are, can't see, and they are turning it on. Here we go, got the inside. Can he get the nose of it, Made? No. I thought he was going to try to force his way down the inside as you go over the brow for 7 and 8.
Great skill, great delicate touch. We're looking at top-class operators, as Mark described before, and there's nothing between the top 4. And Waters is the pioneer that Mark described a moment ago, and he's slipping and sliding everywhere, and now Van Gisbergen tries to round him up in another direction, runs wide in the process. He may lose a spot to his teammate, and he has. Brock Feeney jumps up 1 spot in the process.
Every factor, all the steering weight, through the seat of your pants, through every single part of it. Even he's gone.
He's gone, and he's taken him with him. So, and is he going to bog this thing? Does he get out? So off the road also for Feeney. So there's action everywhere out there at the moment. Will Davison has gone off. Brock Feeney has gone off. And that's the margin, first, second and third. So it is still Waters, Van Gisbergen and Di Pasquale. What a race. And trouble for the MSR cars. The truck assist cars have got together at 6.
Jack, all right?
Looks like there's something on the road down there. Everybody off the road at that zone.
Control to all teams. 15-second time penalty to car 25 for a driving infringement.
Whoa. Did he get him? He did. We're enjoying the onboard, but we need to get back to the description here because another change. In the meantime, there was a penalty in the background for Chaz Mostert. So how slippery was that thing out there? Watching over the left shoulder of Van Gisbergen. Waters is not done. He's going to get back down the inside. This is unbelievably great motor racing between these guys. There is nothing in it. The drivers are matched, the cars are matched, and Di Pasquale's in this as well. Gentle fanning of the throttle as Cam tries to find traction against that wet tyre. He locked the brake, he's run wide, he locked the inside front, and that's an invitation for Shane. Now, he managed to keep it on the racetrack critically, but we saw it bobble and knew exactly what was going on. And you saw that it was ploughing. He released the brake to get the steering back and drops a spot in the process. Because this is a relatively new racetrack, it doesn't have that gnarly, raspy stuff off the racing line. And whoa, that's not good for Will. Whoa, he's still going. Which way's north? How'd you like to stay committed to the throttle? Oh, and
that's what it is.
Right-hand side there for David Reynolds, and it's had a fair nudge at the front as well to be deployed.
Here we go, is the bang. Oh. So that's David fully locked up into the back of James Golding. So that's the mystery. We were trying to work that out before when they'd made so much ground Have a look how far off the road they are, and that's just visibility. That would just be pure visibility. Wouldn't have been able to see where the car in front was.
What a shame for both, because they were both steaming along really nicely. And for young James Golding, who's only in his second event with Peter Gibberis at Premier Hire Racing in the Subway car.
Have a look at the screen. This is what you get from the local Ampol there, Neil. You just grab one of those when you're doing your screen next time.
Gee whiz.
And just on this Macaulay Jones topic of discussion, we saw Bradley in pit lane having a pretty heated discussion with the Supercars officials. I believe it's over the fact that they are saying that the squidgy has been Velcroed to the cabin inside the car. So their argument is it's not loose, it's Velcroed on.
So wild ride here for Jake Kostecki, rotates it.
This might make defence. It's so far off the road. Lucky it spun so violently because it looked like it was going to make those tyres off the back there. Here's the leader.
There's some pretty evil cars out there for the next lap, Mark.
Certainly will be. But as you said, at least when you're in the driver's seat and you pressure those rear tyres up massively, because you're only going to do a very short period of time on the car, and as the driver you can burst them into wheel spin and excite them, which generates a fair bit of temperature reasonably quickly. It doesn't happen immediately.
Out of the final corner for the last time this weekend, and he's done it 3 times in a row at the bend. Well done, Shane Van Gisbergen. Beautiful drive. 8.7 seconds in the end. So a podium for Waters after trying very hard in the first couple of races here this weekend. He converts. Brodie Kostecki, tip your hat to that drive, Mark. He's come up massively to be able to get himself onto the podium. 10 spots to get that job done.
Absolutely. Superb performance. We saw him last year at Sandown.
Now, Brock got there.
Yeah, on Brown.
Yeah. So Davison, Brock Feeney, Will Brown out to Di Pasquale. Now Shane cuts loose. Now they're getting some temperature.
No contact at any point there. Beautiful drive between Shane Van Gisbergen and Cam Waters. That was a great battle early, and as soon as he got clear, he was able to just escape, wasn't he?
Yeah, as soon as he had fresh air, it made an enormous difference. So there's the margins for you. It was just a little under 9 seconds in the final analysis. Van Gisbergen over Waters. Brodie Kostecki up 10 spots to get on the podium. And despite a gyration, Will Davison getting back to 4th position. That was mighty. And the other one for me that was a big takeout there was the way in which Mostert came back from a penalty, contact and a penalty early on that involved 15-second orange break in the middle of the race. So for him to be able to get back and do that, that was pretty impressive. So they parked up Jack LeBrock with damage. Zach Best had a wiper fail on that car, and Shane trying to wipe out the pit lane entry on the way in here after gathering another 105 points.